We're with the Proving Ground Xfinity Series at Vegas tonight. In the booth tonight, I have Brian and sorry, Brian and Ripper in the party tonight, along with the owner. Taddy's in here too.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Hello, everybody.
I think
What's up,
actually,
everybody?
Taddy,
What's up, folks?
this is the first time I've been in the booth with Brian.
This is the first time I've been in the booth with Brian.
Yeah,
I'm pretty stoked.
I
He's,
thought you were just a quiet person that didn't talk. So I mean,
he hasn't really spoken since we've been in here, so he is still that.
But yeah, looking here, guys. Let me look in here. We just got points here tonight. We're starting to get close to playoffs here for all these series for Giggity here.
We have
So
1 week remaining before the playoffs.
yeah. Do you have one updated, Teddy, with a cutoff line for that? Because that one doesn't have a cutoff line.
That's because there is no, apologies, there is no playoff on the Thursday night Custom
Okay.
Cup. This is an old school point system. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season is your winner.
All right. So right now our points leader is Jake here.
Shocker.
Right. He's been on a rocket this year. And then we got Woodruff up there in second. No Pit Pendle in third. Last year's Chuck champion Trey sitting there in fourth. My bad. Dude, he started out rough this season. I mean, I was racing with the Xfinity a little bit, but he was starting rough. Like, didn't have a good start trying to get all the handling with these cars. Good to see him actually in fourth place right now in the points. Then we got
Use your invites, don't accept them yet.
Alrighty. Then we have Robbie Vids sitting fifth. Then we got Jackson. Ain't he running tonight for a new ride for Underdog Racing Night? Ain't that right, Taddy?
Yes, he is.
Number 99, I do believe. So he gets sitting in right there. We got a Bob in
being
seventh.
so quiet right now. I'm getting everybody up and running.
Oh, you're good.
Get this timer
I'm
going.
just gonna run down points here for him. That part is G9 sitting eighth, but he's been having some issues. He'll be back soon.
He was in the top three before he went and moved, and
I did get an
hate to see
update.
that happen.
I
But
did
here's
get
a
an
positive.
update on
Maybe
him
next
though.
season he'll be ready to hit it hard.
Yeah, but Taddy, I did have an update on
like-
him though. He said he's got everything situated in his own place now. He's just trying to save money right now to get a PlayStation. He's got internet and everything. He's just trying to save the money to come back because he misses racing with us guys. He misses the adrenaline run to running with us. He's trying to come back.
I'd like to put in that Puddin and Guitar are both in hot seats.
But who is tonight?
Puddin and Guitar. There's a few hot seat
Nice.
drivers out there, actually. I got the timers rolling, guys, just an FYI. So here within a minute, we're going to be up and running.
Alrighty. Look back down here. Ninth place, we got Bulk. He's been running Cup side too a little bit, hasn't he, Taddy?
No, sir. We do have a few drivers tonight that ran some Cup last night. Roofer is supposed to be in here. Speaking of which, let me make sure he made it. Yeah, he sure did. Actually, he just qualified fourth. Our pole sitter for this race, shocker, is Jay Wood.
Now I'm actually kind of curious. I'm going to throw that out there. Where'd you actually find him, Taddy?
Hold on just a second. Go ahead and accept your invites.
Alright, one moment, guys. We're going blue screen real quick to get into this race with you guys here.
Did you guys all get them?
I got mine. I'm coming in.
I got mine.
Give you a heads up, Teddy. I had this issue Monday night. I actually lost connection to the room on Monday.
I'll send you a couple extras right now.
But
It was weird. But no, my question was, where'd you actually find Jay Wood?
So Bobby Lee Marshall, aka Little Man, runs with Jay Wood in his league, and he mentioned Giggity and Jay Wood wanted to come and run with us. Alright, I just spammed you. You should be good.
I know, you're good. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see some new guys in here. I mean, for me being out of here short time, I mean, it ain't like I did not watch the streams. I mean, still, it's Giggity. Giggity's my home. I mean, but as we say, we're going green here at Vegas here with Jay Wood in the lead right now. Who we got out? Woodruff starting up beside him here, and then we got, I believe that's, Jake in
Jake in the
third.
10. Real quick, so there's a 22 car starting in the rear. That is no Pit Pendle. He usually drives the 11. He just got home from work. He was running a little late, so he's in the 22, as that's the number that was already loaded on his profile.
Okay, cool. All right.
Jay Wood and Jake drafting together here as they're looking to, Jay Wood's looking to lead the first lap, and he successfully does so. Hot seat driver in 4th place. Here comes Guitar Magadon. Woodruff looking on the inside of Jake for 2nd place. Looks like he's drifting up a little bit and unable to complete the pass. The Hornet's Nest is basically from 5th on through the rest of the pack is all scrambled together, side-by-side racing, as the top 4 are looking to check out.
Got a shout out from Miles in the chat. He's like, looks better in a Ford anyways.
I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm just calling that fake news. Ford in this game is not where it's at, hence why I drive the Toyotas.
You were a Ford last year, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in every manufacturer last year.
Ain't that the truth?
Don't get me started on Toyotas. And it looks like we're doing 100 laps tonight.
Roofer was doing up good there. He started up front, started in the 4th position. It's looking like he's falling back here a little bit in that 0-0 blue Ford Mustang. Again, talking about the Fords, this one's falling to the rear.
Something uncommon here, though. Taddy's seeing Jackson Strong back here in the back. I mean, I know he's running the Xfinity, but sitting back mid-pack, it's kind of uncommon for him. Usually he's an up front
he's sitting
runner.
in the middle of the 3 wide right now with Pendle and...
Looks like Jay Wood is in the lead right now.
Oh, I was on board with that. That got real tight.
Yeah, some good racing right here. So those top 4 are just checking out. Jackson, quick update. Yeah, he's here on the underdog team. I don't know how much teamwork he was getting with the RJ Smitty Incorporated group there, but him and Guitar's the only hot seat, and the Jackson's the only underdog driver that actually is racing here for points. So those two were in a lobby earlier working on setups together, and Jackson seemed to be struggling a little bit on a couple of them, and actually took Guitar's setups, and that's what he's running here tonight.
Now, for all the viewers, can we explain what an underdog is for the viewers that probably don't know what an underdog is?
Yeah, so we started with, I think, 6 teams, RJ Motorsports, Noco, the Canucks, we had Group, we had the Bro team, and we had the Underdogs. The Underdog is the team that I run, hence why I'm talking about them the most. However, now we have 2 more teams. I'm not so sure. Trey is starting his own team, and I'm not so sure who... what his team name is, and then we have Etho is starting the Dirty South Racing DSR. However, those teams are not in cahoots until we begin the next season. We have been letting a few of them get some hot seats and some opportunities to run, but until next season, they're not official teams.
So I do have one question though, because again, I don't know why it's being hot seats. The hot seat for tonight, who is putting with for hot seat?
Okay, so exactly what I was just saying. I'm glad you say that. Puddin is in a hot seat for DSR, the Dirty South Racing.
Okay.
He's usually one of our broadcasters. He has been running in the truck series here as of late, and he's getting to run a hot seat in the Xfinity to see if maybe this is where he's going to be full time next season.
I mean, I'm riding along with him. He's in the back. Again, being a new driver for this series, that's the best place to actually be for your first race, is to run around and feel the car out. Because you got a long way to go for this race. Just feel the car out, feel where you feel like it's strong, feel like where you can push it the farthest, or feel where you can actually save some. So maybe in the later run, you can actually make a possibility run for a better finish for you. You get a top 10.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to other than Miles Relio here. We've got a Lethal Racing Showdown. I'm a little confused. You're saying go underdog team and cheering for Fat Patch. Fat Patch is not with the underdog racing team. He's actually another DSR, Dirty South Racing driver. But I appreciate it. I'm also cheering for the underdog team. Don't know so much about Fat Patch. But at the same time, it looks like Jay Wood for Team Bro is out here. Him and Jake from the NOCO team are just dominating this race at this point.
Looks like Trey just got put in the wall down the front stretch. Or like, it was tight. It must have been a tight arrow there. Oh, we got a spinner. Spinner down the front stretch. That was Nut.
Puddin'
Nut
is
spun it.
collected. Nut and puddin'. Ooh, that's not a good way to put your nuts in the pudding.
And I believe that brings out our first caution of the night.
First caution of the Rhino Pro 300 here. This is actually the 150.
Is Matt BW a new guy too, Teddy?
Guess who?
Matt BW83.
Yeah, so actually, I messed up when I was saying the teams. There's also a team called the Wolfpack. One of our other creators of the league here, Matty 3233. He has his own team. It's going to be a really small team, and Matt BW was his first inquiry. So that guy is the first driver for the Wolfpack that you're seeing on the track.
Oh, that's Archangel Cloud there, Taddy, that said that. Lethal Racing.
All right, Art. I agree. Let's root on our fellas here.
Yeah, Little Man, welcome to stream, bud. Yeah, Jay Wood's been...
Little Man, welcome to the stream. Too bad you weren't about 7 minutes earlier. You would have been in this race.
Yeah.
As we're getting back to green flag here, it looks like yet again Jay Wood and Jake taking the top 2 spots. But here comes hot seat driver in the 42, Guitar Magadon taking third. Is he looking? He's in a lot of pressure here. By Woodruff for sure, and No Pit Pendle, who started in the rear in that 22 car.
By the way, Taddy, Little Man's still at work. So, yeah.
Well, that stinks.
Oh,
Glad to have you on our YouTube here, though, Little Man. Appreciate it greatly. Also, big shout out to him, as Team Bro will be under new management going into the next season, as reported the other day on Giggity Inquiry, that Little Man will be taking over the Bro team to become the captain of that team. Jaywood is just checking out this time. Looks like Woodruff and Guitar made a little bit of contact there for third. Woodruff down to the apron. Guitar trying to hold that outside line. Can he contain him? Real close battling here all the way from the pack from third on. Here comes T-Clay on the inside trying to gain some ground on... I'm not so sure who that orange and white car is. That's Matt, I believe. They're running around in fifth.
Oh, man. Oh!
To any of our viewers, I'm seeing who you guys are cheering for as far as your teammates. But we're watching Woodruff, Jake, Guitar, and Jay Wood out here just dominating this race from the green flag. Who are our picks to win this race? This goes to any of the viewers watching and to you guys here. Let's start with Brian. You've been pretty quiet. Who are you looking at as our top contender here in stage one?
Jackson's been pretty hot on some rolls here lately in those races he's been in, so I'm going to go with him.
Ooh, Jackson, I like it. Let's go to you, Pro Ripper, if you can hear me.
Oh!
Contact in the back. Looks like Robbie did into the wall.
It started from about exit of 4, and it just went in, because I was riding on with it. It was getting really tight racing there. But
it looks like they're staying green, though.
Yeah, it looks like the only one that got out of that was Robbie, and somebody else back here spun around. Oh, that was Trey.
These custom cars. Puddin's lost the draft. Bolt Crusher is way off pace.
Trey's got a lot of fun in.
Trey's coming up on Bulk right now. Man, I hate to see that happen. Those are two of our top guys in the Xfinity Series. Now, I do want to state out real quick, we had some people that had come to us. Now, this series started originally as a preset league, same as Saturday nights. Then I had a few people come to me that they wanted to run some custom setup stuff for the Xfinity, not just be our Cup Series. So I was like, you know what, let's change it up a little. Let's add some custom. So to all these drivers on the track, even though they're higher up in the points, this custom setup is completely new to them that they haven't been dealing with really since this Heat 4 game came out in September.
So, Taddy, thinking about that, though, everybody was coming to you. You think any plans in the future for Giggity to actually make the trucks custom?
There's talks in the cahoots. I don't want to get too in-depth on air and then something not happen, but there's definitely been talks in the captain's chat.
Well, I'd like to put this out there. Thanks to all 10 viewers watching our stream tonight.
Oh yeah.
Real
Appreciate
quick,
you guys.
Mills, his vote was for Pendle. RKM, he posted beer after he posted this, so apparently he's been drinking it, but he's rooting for Mills, even though Mills is a cup driver, not here racing tonight. I'm sure he was
Oh,
just saying
somebody
hi.
said. Sorry about that. I don't know who that was. Hit the outside wall.
Archangel cheering for T-Clay. Let's see how it goes.
That might have been Jackson there, Taddy. Because he's dropped way off the pace right now.
I'm seeing Jackson riding here around I think it's Fat Patch in the 86
Yeah,
he's following.
he dropped. He was about all the way up, about good ways up there, but he dropped from the front straightaway and just hit the apron completely down. I think he hit the wall coming out of 4.
Yeah, you know, if you catch that wall, it's really easy to do that on these tracks with the high banking. You come off turn 4, you drift up a little bit too much, you get tight. A little contact here between Jake and Pendle.
Looks like we got a caution out, our second caution of the night.
I'm thinking that was the stage. Let me go to Trey's broadcast real quick.
All right, we're going back with picks here, guys. For me, I'm gonna pull a dark horse in this race because he's running good right now. If he strategizes later in the race, he could probably pull it off. I'm going with a hot seat driver, Megalodon.
I'm gonna go with the hurt man who's been leading the looks like so far the entire race. I'm gonna go with Jay Woods 2448.
Well, that's like cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's shot in there because Megalodon's been running good. He's been top 5 most of the first stage, so.
If I had to pick my second vote, it would have to be the 99.
Was that strategy from Jackson? I don't think he pitted.
Well, that's no bueno.
Yeah, I thought that.
Looks like it's down to my first pick now.
I thought that. I thought it was strategy.
Hey guys, so just because Jackson's one of my drivers here, I'm going to ask politely that we try to not talk about Jackson so much. There's this thing about the broadcaster's curse. He's my first night with the guy. I don't want to see him get cursed by us up here.
As we see a lead change here, guys, we got, is it Woodruff up front there?
Woodruff in the 93, Pendle in the 22. Here comes Jay Wood, strong on the outside with Jake on the inside. T-Clay and Guitar round out row 3 there with a Bob, who in qualifying I was thinking he was running a slider as he was way off the pace, but he seems to be up to speed here now. You know, I haven't actually got to see a whole lot of this Jay Wood. He's new to the league again. He come in when he's with Bro. Little Man brought him in. Again, Little Man taking over the Bro team next season. He's impressed me to this point. He's real fast. Seems to be really clean. You know, he's under pressure here. I didn't see him make it 3 wide trying to get past Woodruff or Pendle. He just needs to run his race. He's shown that he's the fastest car on the track. He's set on the pole. He won stage 1. Just riding around right now, biding his time. He's really impressing me.
99's leaving the pits. He must have pitted early to maybe explain some strategy here.
He's the one that didn't pit, Brian, so he probably only had a lap or 2 left of fuel.
Oh, yeah.
Good call, though, there. Good knowing where he is on the track. Probably lost 1 lap, but
yeah, he did.
Maybe a lap and a half. Mills said he's got a jet. Thanks for watching anyways, man. I think you're already gone, but check you later. Jay Wood takes over P2 from Woodruff as here he comes in.
Oh, battle back here. Battle back here. I don't know if that's between Megalodon, Roofer.
Cars in the wall.
Ah, there's a crash.
Coming in 2.
Yeah, we got Nut. Got
T-Clay, Nuts, Trey. Oh, man. Trey just can't catch a break back here right now. But I'll tell you who did just catch a huge break. Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
It looks like some people are upset, saying that Guitar may be making a little bit of contact.
I think as I think Taddy, he was on the bottom, and that was almost a 3 wide to 4 wide situation, and Rupert was on his door leaning. I got back on it right when it was happening, and it was literally just. I mean, Megalodon had nowhere else to go, really, because there's not much real estate.
Another issue that you're just gonna have. Guitar's newer to the series. He's a hot seat. Everybody else is usual. Running with these guys, getting used to each other. When there's an incident happens, it's kind of common. The new guy's going to be the one to get blamed.
Oh, Woodruff eating some grass, man. That moment service must not have came by here in Vegas this week. See, I like there's one thing I do like about this track. You can spread out so much and still have good racing.
Man, I'm really Pendle coming up here. He's in that 22 again. He's not one of the forward drivers. He's usually in the 11. It's a mistake. He fought back from the rear. He started dead last in this race. Habab, we have a new third place mover. We haven't talked a whole lot about him. So he's now in third. You got Jake going for the lead on the inside with Jay Wood following him. Here comes Woodruff. Is that Matt B.W. on the outside? Man, that name's hard to say when you're saying it quick. Great showing for him in the new Wolfpack team.
Well,
Jay Wood's the only one on the bottom. Everybody else is lining up top. He looks to take third from Habab, and he successfully does so. Woodruff pushing him, gets a little bit of draft from Jake. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I said lawn care hasn't come by yet, so they had to work on the grass.
Yeah, a few people have.
They gotta mow it down. How else are you supposed to mow it down when lawn care don't come by?
That is a battle for the lead right now, guys.
Jay Wood gets into second. Here comes Woodruff trying to take third. Pendle and Matt BW fighting hard on the outside. 4 cars in line is just going to be difficult to make for those other two to get past. Matt BW looks like he dropped to the inside in front of Habab. Pendle, the lone car on the outside now.
Looks like we got a 3 wide back there, I believe.
Oh, is Jay Wood looking inside of Jake here?
Jay Wood to the lead. Finally, he gets it back. This is the first lap he's led since the end of stage 1.
But Jake's running on the outside hard, though.
Yeah, Woodruff's right on the tail of Jay Wood, though. And they're both team bros, so that's not just one driver. That's 2 drivers working in tandem to try and get past that Jake points leader in the 10 car. Matt BW, first time in the top 5 as he's now in 4th, trying to get to 3rd as he's going to follow the team bro. This is some great racing up here, guys. Pendle falls back to 5th place now, and he's still under fire as now Bob is trying to get past him. Woodruff has cleared Jake and is sitting in the 2nd position.
Mm-hmm. So the trick question is who has pit strategies and when are they going to come into play?
So I don't think, to answer that, I don't think there is going to be any pitting in the 2 stages. I think they're going to make 1 green flag pit stop, and that'll probably be in the 3rd stage, possibly 2. I'm not certain. This is on 3 times wear, so stage 2 is usually the shortest of all the stages, and we didn't see any pitting in stage 1. However, a caution did come out about halfway through stage 1, so that may be why they didn't have to pit.
So here's the bad part you were talking about, Taddy, with being 3 times wear here. What Jay Wood's doing right now, unless he has a good handling car to run the bottom, he's going to eat that right front up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, say I'm getting the fast car out there,
Woodruff, a little bit of contact with Pendle and Woodruff. Woodruff goes to the inside. Sorry to cut you off there, Grim. Go back to what you were saying.
I was saying, if he has a setup, running like this, or slider or custom setup, he's running great with it. To run bottom, that's fine, but if he doesn't, it's going to eat that right front up on him. He might be the fastest car out here, but if you can't maintain the ability of your car, it's not going to matter.
You know, I'm not going to disagree with that, but if you watch Jake, Jake's also holding that bottom line, and what I'm seeing the difference here is Jay Wood's entering a lot lower than most people, but he's coming back up off that line quicker than everybody else and drifting that car up higher on exit than most people are. As I say that, Jake and Habab drift up and catch the wall there off. But here, watching 1 and 2, Jay Wood gets really low and does not use the apron on the front stretch. That's important because on that front stretch and those little tri-ovals, getting on the apron wears those tires.
So
But see, he drifts up so much quicker than everyone else.
So I just got a shout out for Little Man in the chat. He says he ain't gonna eat the right front up. I brought a special set of tires to that car.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, the other 3 tires are in trouble. We've all seen Little Man and his tire issues in the past.
Tell you, Jake's figured it out, man. He's there.
Yeah, well, another thing, Jake has had Pendle on his tail for the last 4 or 5 laps, and that draft is huge on these 1.5 mile speedways. And so 1 car by themselves compared to 2 cars working together, because now we had this instance earlier that Jay Wood and Woodruff were working together, both being Team Bro. Well, those 2 cars behind Jay Wood now, that 10 and the 22 not being his normal car, but those are Team Noco. And also 2 of your top 5 drivers in points saying, Jay Wood, you're new here. We're not going to give it to you.
Well, the thing is with the with everybody in stage 3, the question is in stage 3 is the longest stage there is in the race. So stage 3 might be where the strategies might come into play. But the thing is it depends on who has the better strategy at the end.
Well, and not only the strategy, it's who hits the
mark.
Oh, contact between the 10 and...
It looks
I'm
like...
that was the end of the stage.
I don't know.
Looks like there's a caution.
With the caution coming out before the 10 spun, I'm thinking that was the end of the stage. Let me go ahead and check.
I'm about to say, it looked like he caught the apron. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was the end of the stage.
Was that the end of the stage, or...
That's what I'm looking for right now. Yeah, that was the end of the stage. Stage 2 is over.
All right, so then we're on to stage 3, and Jay Woods took it at the line. Did he, or was it the 10?
The 10 took stage 2.
Oh, okay. So we have two stage winners so far. Going back to the underdog part. We could have an underdog, or we could have a hot seat driver possibly take the win.
Let's the 89 forgot to pit. That would be Puddin. He pulls off respectfully as we begin stage 3. That gives Jake open lane, front, top, and bottom, as Pendle and Jay would have to fight side by side. Ooh, and in the mix, here we come. Habab has now taken 3rd place from Jay Wood. Habab is also Team Noco. So Team Noco running 1, 2, and 3, but Bro Team trying to shut that door as Woodruff takes 3rd and looking for 2nd. Somebody that we haven't talked much about, but running right here with this top 5 group here on this restart, that 1-car T-Clay. He was voted earlier by some of the fans to be one of our winners, and he's showing his face here at the end of the race. Or, well, not the end of the race, but the beginning of stage 3. Apologies. Man, this is some great racing. Jay Wood looks like he's been pushed back to a 6th or 7th. Roofer makes a little contact with, I believe that was a Guitar Magadon in the back. They sorted out, no caution. Jay Wood, I'm not sure if he took 2 tires or it's just that outside line, but his car is not liking it, and he is falling from the front to the rear fast. All right, guys, now that we're here in stage 3, what's everybody's vote for who they think's going to win?
I'm still going to go with Megalodon. I feel like he's going to pull Rabbit out.
That's a true underdog at this point if he's running Jackson. I like it. Yeah. We haven't really talked much about Jackson other than that he's had that team swap. Looks like he's running around maybe 10th place back there behind Trey and Nuts. As we have a battle for the lead, Woodruff has taken the lead. Here comes Jake and Pendle to the outside of the 93 car. Matt BW has decided to go with him on the outside. Oh, no, he drops the inside and helps out Woodruff. Now, you have 1 Bro, 1 Wolfpack, and 2 Noco racing cars up here at the top. Oh, little contact. Woodruff into Jake, Jake into Pendle. They all They all correct it, and they're all still green. Looks like Pendle got the worst as T-Clay is now underneath him. 3 wide into turn 1. The 21 of Bob, the 1 of T-Clay, and the 22 of Pendle.
They're 4 wide.
Oh, wow. That is 4 wide back there, I just saw.
Somebody's got to back
I
out.
hope they don't decide to go 5 wide. Sorry to interrupt you, but I hope they don't decide to go 5 wide, because that might, in a turn, that might make the wrong move and might cause a wreck.
Archangel has said he's going to stay with T-Clay as his vote, and T-Clay is showing his face here as nuts, also trying to prove, hey, I'm here for a reason. I've made Xfinity for a reason. Bob looks like he's slowing down just a hair. Jay Wood coming back up into the top 5 after falling back into the 10th place, and T-Clay trying to follow him on the inside.
Hey, Alan, welcome to the stream, bud.
Again.
Thanks for coming in.
What's up, Phoenix? Welcome to the stream.
T-Clay on the inside of Nuts. Here comes Jackson Strong also trying to get into the picture. Trey just kind of following. Looks like he's trying to stay out of any issues whatsoever.
An issue when they're going 3 wide again coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, it looked like Nuts just got up too high, maybe into that little loose stuff up top, and he just had no traction. Had to lift a lot and lost both positions there. Great move, actually, by Trey to push that issue there.
Woodruff back to the point. Looking under Jake here for the lead.
Yeah, this battle for the lead has been amazing. This whole race, we've had 3-4 cars. Stage 1 was a little bit more boring, but ever since then, Matt BW trying to get his first time leading as he's in 3rd. Here comes Jay Wood underneath Matt, making it 3 wide for 2nd, coming off 2. Down the backstretch, Pendle pushes Jake. Jake clears the other 2, drops the inside of Woodruff, trying to take the lead from 4th into the lead, coming off 4.
Oh yeah, and it's a drag race. Down the front stretch.
Oh, 3 wide!
Right 3 wide for first place. 3 wide for first place. Oh.
Here comes Jay Wood back to the inside of Woodruff as Woodruff went from the lead to 4th and looks like he's going to fall back 5th as Matt is catching him. Now, guys, this last lap for Jake was crazy. He started that last lap in 2nd, fell back to 5th, ended up leading the lap. What a crazy lap for him. Woodruff pushed the outside. Matt BW going to drop to the inside and try to take that 4th position, but there's nowhere to go as they are 2 by 2 for the lead from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. By doing all this racing that they're doing, Bob in 6th place has been able to catch up, and it looks like T-Clay, and is that the 99 of Jackson that we had talked so much about? Cloud Strife, thank you. This is some great racing.
Oh, Bob hit the outside wall. Down the backstretch, guys.
He loses it. Jackson into 6th. Jackson coming on strong, trying to catch these 5 leaders. Jay Wood has finally gotten back to the lead, and you have Jake and Pendle trying to work together to stay there with him.
So here's the thing. Oh, big wreck. Habab down the front stretch through the grass. I believe he collected Trey.
Question.
That I don't know, but yeah.
Yes, it does.
That was a big...
Oh, maybe not. Those are the cars that were involved.
Yeah, it's still green.
Habab's still spinning. Bulk and Trey. Trey must have been involved as we have Jake and Pendle. Jake putting a lot of pressure on that 51 car. He drops the inside, trying to take the lead back. Man, this is some exciting racing. Nobody wants to follow the leader. They all want to lead every lap they can. Matt BW seems to be the only person okay with just riding. And if I'm him, being newer, I'd probably do the same thing. Let these guys fight it out and fight for it on those last few laps.
Now, the question is get a better view of the points. Do these drivers earn any points for leading laps?
Negative. They get stage points, you get race points, and that is it. There is no points for leading lap, no points for poles, just straight old school. It's
guys, we see green flag pit stop starting here with Jackson going to the pits right now.
Is he playing strategy? As he was a couple tenths behind by being the one to pit first. If he can pit, these guys they have to follow suit. If they're losing 2-3 tenths to Jackson, who is only half a second behind this battle for 5, they stay out 3-4 laps. Jackson could be your leader after the pit cycle.
I think Woodruff's going next, I believe. Yep,
Woodruff, Jake is in the pits now. Jake and Woodruff.
Jake hit the inside. I mean, not Jake, but Woodruff hit the inside wall. I've seen.
Pendle keeping this hard pressure on Jay Wood. Matt BW, man, I can't speak enough of him. The guy is doing a great job back there. He's currently in third, but in all reality, he was running in fifth as we entered the pit cycle.
Bob
spinning on the front stretch again.
He might have blown a tire like that. The way that was looking, Taddy, that might have been a blown tire.
Yeah, I'm looking at Trey with 6% on his right rear, so he didn't have much extra time. One more lap, and he probably would have blown it.
I'm on board here with
figure out where Woodruff comes out. Yeah, I'm looking at Woodruff. He has a 28-second pit stop after all that damage that he acquired.
That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, without a caution, basically that just ended his day, man. Hate to see that happen. He was having such a great run. Jay Wood's staying out on the track. Now, this is some Jake stuff as he's coming around Woodruff right now, actually. That's some Jake stuff that Jay Wood's doing right now. If you can manage to be the last car to pit, even though you are going to be losing time to the guys with 4 fresh, eventually that's going to cycle back around. If you're the last one to pit, and everybody else has already pit 5-6 laps ago, their time's going to be wore out.
Pit road right now.
Yeah, the leader in the pit lane. But so it's going to cycle around, even though he's lost it for these 5-6 laps. Eventually, it'll cycle back around where they start losing ground for 5-6 laps because Jay Wood has the fresher tires.
So that being said, Taddy, who would actually take over the lead right now?
Talking about.
At this point in time, I'm going to wait until Jay Wood gets out of the pit lane, and then I'm going to look to see where the 10 car, the 22 car, and the 99 car are, as well as
Jake's just entering 3 right now.
Yeah, Jay Wood's on pit lane. He is in his stall.
Jake's exiting 4 right now, coming down to the line right as we speak.
Jay Wood is exiting his pit stall. By the time he gets to the back stretch, him and Jake should be right about side by side.
Nope, Jake just passed him.
Jake is the leader.
Yep, Jake just passed him coming into 1.
As all the cars we were talking about, you have Jake, you have Pendle, you have T. Clay. Where did Jackson? As he was our first taker. Jackson looks like in the middle of 1 and 2. So he probably had a speeding penalty with how far back he is, I'm guessing. Yeah, he's just in the middle of the backstretch now.
Looks like Puddin's in the inside wall. Finally, probably going to the pits here. Puddin's got a lot of damage on his car right now.
Well, you got the broadcast here going, Grim. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of these drivers and get some airtime to some of these people that not everybody usually gets to see.
Yeah, we could bring Fat Patch, new guy, I guess, coming in here to Giggity for Xfinity, I believe.
Yeah, he's DSR. He's one of those Dirty South racing drivers.
Yeah, that's a nice paint scheme on that car, honestly. I mean, I don't know if that was a new DLC for this game, but that's a pretty looking 86 car.
Yeah, it really is. It's a gorgeous looking car. Fat Patch, man, he was so excited. We talked to him. He was really excited for this race, and honestly, I think he's done a pretty good job. I haven't really seen him get into a whole lot of hassles. A little bit of damage looks like on his car, but all in all, he's done a great job.
Yeah. Let me go back to Robbie, our driver from another country.
Yeah, actually, so Robbie, I want a big shout out to him. So last night he made his Cup debut in a hot seat. He took the road course of Sonoma. He went to Kentucky and New Hampshire. At all 3 races, did he get a win? No. Did he show competitiveness? Absolutely. I think that he did a great job.
And he still has that that fundraiser too, right? That he runs for.
Yeah, the Race for Gauche.
Yeah, Race for Gauche for his team.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain if they're still doing the
but
raising the money, but yeah, I mean the guy's he's a great guy.
Oh yeah, he's funny
all the way around.
Oh, he's funny. Him and his Snapchat filters, man. But yeah, we'll go back through here. Now we got riding along with the Bob here. He came in this season, didn't he? With Giggity. Was he here last year?
Yeah, he's new to the season. He's new to the league this season. However, he was Cup driver at the beginning of the season. A little bit of lag issue out of his car caused a few incidents, so we dropped him down here into the Xfinity. Nothing against his talent or skill or nothing like that, just the internet connection. And he's proved two things. One, he's proved he's a contender here. He's got a couple victories in the Xfinity Series. He's also proved how hard this Xfinity Series is to win. This is a guy that he used to be a Cup regular. He drops down mid-season, and these guys, I mean, look at where these other guys are. Jake, your Pendles, your Jay Woods, your Matt BWs now. I mean, there's so much competition here in Giggity all the way around.
Yep, then we're going to go back here to Pendle. Pendle was actually out of the season for a little bit, wasn't he? He came back. I mean, he started out the year with in Xfinity, or he started in trucks.
Pendle's been here all season. He's been in Xfinity all season. He has missed a few races from time to time. Thursdays, for example, the reason he's in the 22 car tonight, he runs the 11 normally. Real quick, speaking of Pendle, is that Jay Wood in front of him?
Yes, it is.
So that's a battle for second, and Pendle is pushing Jay Wood to catch
he's giving him a bumper.
End. Yeah, well, I mean, that leader of Jake, they're trying to get him to be bigger and bigger in their windshield, and it's happening to me. I believe that they are catching that 10 car. Anywho, so Pendle, he's just one of those guys that he works. He takes him an hour to get home. He gets out about an hour before these races start. Sometimes he misses a couple, and it's cost him in the point standings. I definitely think they're catching that 10 car, though. This battle is heating up for the lead. Let me find out whether or not they're going to have to pit again. And if it's close, keep in mind Jay Wood was the last one to pit.
True. So go back here from Pendle. We'll go to Trey. Again, our defending truck champion from last season. Like I was saying in the beginning of this broadcast with the points wise, he started out really rough this season. I mean, it took him some time to figure out the car. And coming from truck to car, it's a big difference. And I feel like
so we're looking at about 30 laps to go, and here in the next 4 to 5 laps, as we see Jake pull off now into pit lane, exactly what I was going to say. Here shortly, the next green flag stops will be happening. Looks like not just this stop, but they should need one more on top of this one.
True. Alrighty. But yeah, as I was saying about Trey, I mean, proud of what he's done this season. Again, come from trucks last season and then going into a new season with Xfinity with a whole new game. It's taken him some time to get used to this car, and he's done really well.
You know, actually, shout out to AJ Storm and On a Mission. They brought Trey in. Trey's one of their Cup drivers over there. Custom setups. It's really helping him, and it's paying off. I've seen a lot of improvement. The guy's doing great. I can't speak enough about Trey. And he's a great guy. He was helping us with the broadcast and there from time to time when he's available. Just all around good guy, and I like seeing him succeed well here in the Xfinity Series.
And then the next one is Jay Wood again. We've talked about him earlier
there's 2 cars in the grass.
That was Pudding, I believe. Yes. And I don't know who else.
Pudding is having a rough time.
It might have been Woodruff.
Tough night for Pudding.
I don't know if Woodruff just came off pit road or he got into that wreck, because he's got a lot of front end damage on that car as we speak right now.
Jackson coming off pit lane.
Yeah, he came off pit road. He was in pit road when that happened.
Okay, cool.
Jackson strong going into 3 and 4, coming off pit lane is side by side with Jake. That should be for what would be pretty close to the lead. Jackson must have done some type of strategy there.
He had that front end damage when he hit the wall before pit road.
All right, so Taddy, next driver on the list here for everybody to look out is Woodruff.
Woodruff, man, he's a big help here in the broadcast group. As we have given him, kind of fair game on helping us as admin. He's not a true admin, but he is somebody that's helping us getting the broadcast together. It's just hard trying to get all the different aspects together. Great guy. As far as his racing, he got his first victory last Thursday, I believe, maybe Saturday. Great job. Good to see him win. As far as this race, he was up there. He was in contention, and then he kind of screwed himself entering pit lane, which happens. Hate to see it happen, but there's always next race.
Looks like Jake's got some heavy damage on the front end and his and the rear end of his
Yeah,
car.
I'm seeing a little damage on the front end and the rear end, just like you were saying. But I'm also seeing a 3-car battle for what should be the lead when Jay Wood pits.
Mm-hmm.
As I was saying, next car on the list there, the block there, Taddy, is Jake.
Yeah, Jake, man, he's one of our Canadians. He's not a very good Canadian. He has a hard time even saying when to say a boot. He's under pressure here from his teammate in Pendle. I actually believe that damage came along when they caught up to Roofer when Jackson and Jake were trying to get around Roofer. Looks like he's running a high side. Also, I mentioned this earlier, his pit strategy is usually different than everyone else's. What I noticed this time, Jake on the first set of as they're going around Jay Wood now. So these 3 are now your leaders. So this is a 3-wide battle for the lead with Jackson and Strong, Jake, and Chris Pendle. Anyway, so last time when the pit cycle started, Jake was the first taker. And he come out a quarter of a straightaway ahead of these guys. Huge gap. This time, the lap after he pits, Pendle pits, and now Pendle's your leader after it cycles through.
Alright. So next driver we're going to be here is, we love him, Old Roofer.
Man, there's
Double O.
nobody can say enough about Roofer. Roofer's been around this racing for a long time. He was around well before Giggity. I've known Roofer since I've owned, back when I owned NASCAR Heat 3. Very day I bought it, I think I met Roofer. Great guy. He'll take shirt off his back and give it to you. He'll give you any setup. All you got to do is ask. He struggles from time to time, but tonight I know for a fact that he just got a new set of pedals to go with his wheels. So this is his first night on those new pedals that he.
I was asking him where he got them at because I might get me a set for myself.
Because the guy's got a heater. He qualified 4th.
Yeah, they look nice though too. I asked him where he got them because again, I want them kind of pedals that like you're driving a real car, because the ones that lay on the ground are really hard for me to use. That's why I'm like, where'd you get them things at? So,
guys, I'm not sure what Pendle did under his pitch strategy, but he has just pulled away from Jake and Jackson.
Thing is though, Teddy, it might be that damage that's hurting Jake though.
Yeah, but I don't see any damage on that 99 car.
By the way, I don't know if it's his position here, Teddy. Look where Roofer is. I'm actually still riding on Roofer. Look where Roofer is compared to the leaders.
Okay, so Roofer's actually a lap down, though. Well, I believe so. He was running towards the back before we ever started having green flag pit cycles. And right after that cycle happened, Jake and Jackson, I seen them take Roofer 3 wide and get by him. Maybe it's for position, again, without a position tracker on here. It's hard to tell. But I'm actually thinking he's a lap down.
All right,
I would believe the next person in line would be Matt BW. Should be on the track here somewhere running 5th.
Actually, for your next driver here, your hot seat driver, Megalodon.
Nah, Guitar's a lap down too. I was watching that.
No, he's the next driver. He's the next driver for you to go through.
Oh, I got you. Yep. Okay, Guitar Megalodon. He's a Truck Series regular. He's not in the top, in the standings. He's new to Giggity Racing League. He joined about just before the All-Star break, I believe. I gave him a chance tonight, as he is one of the few underdog drivers that knows how to make their own setups. Jackson coming over and joining the team, being the only underdog points driver again tonight. I wanted to give him an opportunity to work with somebody that knew setups, and I knew I couldn't race. So, Roofer just lagged out. Sorry, anywho, so I put Guitar in the race, and it seems to be paying off well for Jackson, although I say that Jackson's usually a top competitor anyways.
Alrighty. Oh, as we say that, Megalodon just about lost it all going on the backstretch.
I hear no motor function from Rupert.
Yeah,
Rupert.
By the way, Matt BW
Rupert
spun it. Yeah, by the way, Matt BW I think just spun out going into pit road.
I hear no motor function from Nuts either.
Yeah, I think Nuts.
Did he lag out as well?
Too. He might have. Be a shame because he was the next person on the list there, Taddy.
Who is?
Nut was the next person on there. I mean, we can still give him
Yeah,
a shout
so
out, even though he
Nuts,
must
I
have
don't really
landed.
know much about him. I'll give him the shout out. I don't know much about him. I know that he joined Giggity literally 3 days before All Star Shootouts. Made it in, won his race, advanced into the. Actually, he finished second, but the guy that won was unable to make the shootout. So we give the spot to Nuts as we see Jackson on pit lane on what should be his final stop of the race here. So shout out to Nuts, man. That sucks that you lacked out.
Now, will he be able
Good
to
luck next couple
contend for the
races.
next race as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Or
so
no?
Nuts is not a hot seat driver. He's a regular racer. He's 100% in. Whoever's racing in this race is eligible to race all night.
All right, so our
Ah,
next
that's
driver
wonderful.
is Matt BW83, new guy as well.
Okay. Yeah, definitely a new guy. I know that he's been reaching out to me asking for a little bit of help on some setups and stuff. And I'm glad to help anybody, not just my underdogs. You know, he's asking a few questions. I'm helping him out. Matty Godet, Wolfpack owner, he's seen something in him from the development, signed him, immediately put him in the Xfinity. Didn't even
Ooh.
mess around with the trucks.
Who's that in front?
He said he deserves to be
Put it
here.
hit the wall. He's going down pit road.
But yeah, Matt said that Matt BW deserves the spot, and to my knowledge, Matt BW's proved it as he's run up in the top 5 most of the night.
Alrighty. Next one, Jackson Strong.
I don't know a whole lot about Jackson. I know that on our Giggity Racing League page on Facebook, he has 1 million followers. He won our fan vote into the All-Star race. Something was going on over there at RJ Motorsports. Smitty decided to drop Jackson, and I think 30 seconds after he dropped him, I decided to pick him up. Jackson Strong is, again, top 5 in these Xfinity points. I think in both series, Xfinity and Custom. The guy's fast, and I just had to have him on my team when he was available.
Alright. I mean, what I've seen though, beginning of the season, again, I raced a little bit of Xfinity here. Jackson's a very likable driver. I mean, he'll give you the room you need, which is kind of nice to have. I mean, there's some drivers can be like very hard to pass, kind of like say Ryan Newman aspect, be really hard to pass, or the other people just like Jackson wise. I mean, if you see you're faster than him, he'll give you the room.
Yeah, Jackson actually earlier in the season he had a hot seat and he ran at the Cup Series with us. And him and I were side by side for a lot of laps, and I don't think we made contact at all in probably 30 laps racing side by side. So big shout out to his abilities of racing you clean and giving you your space.
Oh yeah. And our next one here, again another hot seat tonight, Puddin.
Puddin. Oh man, he's our broadcast group. He's one of our top broadcasters.
Sorry.
Man, his car looks like it came out of Martinsville.
Who is Puddins?
Oh yeah, his car looks like it went through a can opener. I'm not trying to be rude. His car there's a straight fender on that car. But
I don't think anything straight's on that car.
I've actually broadcasted with Puddin. He's cool. I've had a couple times or two. He's cool. Alright, who we got next here?
Looks like we got Bulk.
What about Bulk there, Taddy? And Taddy lagged. Bulk-wise, I know that he was in Cup for a little while. I know that. And I think, I forget what it was about, but he dropped back down to the Xfinity Series. Or I think he actually had a couple hot seats in Cup, not Race Cup, my bad. And he's a very clean driver, nice to run with. So we got that Jake's going past Bulk here right now. I think it's almost in this race here.
Let's
yeah, see if you can get Taddy back in here, Ripper.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Taddy back in here. Let's look at our next person.
Would be T Clay. That's my next person here. T Clay, I don't know much about him. Like Taddy said, they got brought in here. I know he's going to be in the booth with me on Monday nights. He's friends with Puddin as well. So It's going to be interesting come Monday night to see, because again, I'm going to try to catch up with them before Monday hits to get
All right,
some ground stuff done for them.
we got.
Well, welcome back, Taddy.
Teddy Bear. Welcome back, Teddy. Welcome back.
I'm not sure what just happened.
All right, so I'm going to go back to the last driver here so you can get it here, Taddy. It was Bulk.
Bulk for you. He's got a couple wins this season. He's done a great job. He's was signed by the Canucks earlier in the year, and the whole time I thought he's done great. He's proven to be a great asset here with the Giggity Racing League. Very, very happy to have him.
All right. Then I have T-Clay, and I was talking a little bit about him. I was like, I don't know much about him, but I know he's going to be in the booth with me come Monday nights for the Truck Series.
Yeah, T-Clay, he's a great racer. He's got some fan votes here. He's over there with I believe he's in the RJ Smitty organization. Definitely a top contender week in and week out in Xfinity. Also one of those guys that he's willing to help anybody and everyone as far as setups or working on lines and stuff like that.
Next one.
I'd like to give a shout out to.
Made it through the field, guys. By the way, we went back to Fats.
I'd like to give a shout out to Guitar. It seems like he's having a good race. He's trying to get a hang of the track. It looks like I've been spectating him for a good amount of laps, and it looks like he's waiting for his moment for the track to come to him. And even at Las Vegas, it's hard to get that track to be as good as you want it to be, because throughout the whole race, that track's gonna change. The lower line may not work, but again, the top line may not work, and the middle line may work, but it all changes out. So I'd like to give Guitar a chance of saying he's pretty good by letting the track get to him and come to him peacefully.
Absolutely.
As we say that, guys,
there, but it looks like Jay Wood took the lead from Pendle, and Jake has followed him. There's a 3-car battle for the first position on the track.
Do you know how many laps are left, Taddy, by the way? It should be getting close down here.
Does anybody know anything about Guitar? But again, just to say, he is a hot seat driver tonight.
Yeah, we talked about him when we went through all the cars. Sorry, not to cut you off. I just for the lead. We got to be
we got everybody rolled through here. It looks like Jake got really loose. I don't know if it was just
who's our leader?
Jay Wood. He actually got about. Oh, Jake's in the wall. Jake just hit the wall.
T-Clay is running fourth.
Big wreck. Big wreck.
That's the final lap right now that you guys are watching.
Big wreck. Jake actually lost it coming out of 4. He collected Jackson Strong coming down the last lap, down the front stretch.
Yeah, so I was seeing 1 to go on Trey, so that was the final lap. With Jake wrecking, he may have blown a tire. I'm thinking that's what happened there.
Well, he went from the bottom of the track and hit the outside walls. I mean, like, he was about midway up. I think he went up a little higher in the last corner just to actually...
Yeah, I think he went high to try and save that tire. Also, with his teammate Pendle right behind him, I think it looks like it was a right front tire that blew, actually. The way that he shot up, sorry, I rewound the broadcast there. It looks like the right front tire is what blew on his car. He shoots to the outside. Pendle's able to get below him. He hits the wall, and it causes him to spin. Matt BW also said he blew a right front, but our race winner tonight here at Las Vegas is going to be Jay Wood, newcomer to the Xfinity Series.
Now,
are we going to do interviews,
I'm new
Taddy,
to this. I'm new to broadcasting. Do we interview drivers?
Okay, you're both asking the same thing. The answer is no, simply because these drivers have about 10 minutes before they're qualifying for Dover.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know about that.
Well, no, thing is, though, Ripper, we usually do, though. With it being cramped tonight-wise, we won't have enough time. Cause we're
3 races tonight.
We're cramping 3 races in tonight, so it's kind of hard to do any interviews tonight. I mean, what we could do, Taddy, if they're actually free afterwards, the top 3 winners we can interview.
That's what I would do is the 3 winners of the night, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, guys. So we'll be back here in 10 minutes. We'll be back at Dover. We'll catch you guys soon.